Welcome to Mind Psychology Daily, where we explore the depths of the human mind and uncover the secrets to a more fulfilling life. Today, we're going to tackle a question that has haunted philosophers and psychologists for centuries: what lies within the darkest recesses of our own minds? Are you prepared to confront the parts of yourself that you've tried to keep hidden, even from your own conscious awareness? This is a journey that requires courage, self-awareness, and a willingness to confront the unknown. Joining me on this journey is the esteemed Dr. Jordan Peterson, a renowned psychologist and author who has spent his career studying the human condition. Dr. Peterson, welcome to the show. As we begin this exploration of the shadow self, I want to ask you a question that has puzzled philosophers for centuries: what is the nature of the human psyche, and how do we reconcile our darker impulses with our desire to be good and decent human beings? The concept of the shadow self, developed by Carl Jung, suggests that our psyche is composed of both conscious and unconscious elements, with the shadow representing the repressed or hidden aspects of our personality. This can include our darker impulses, such as anger, jealousy, and lust, as well as our creative and intuitive tendencies. By acknowledging and integrating our shadow self, we can become more whole and balanced individuals, reducing the power of our darker impulses and increasing our sense of self-awareness and personal growth. As Dr. Peterson explains, the shadow self is a fundamental concept in Jungian psychology, and it has far-reaching implications for our understanding of human behavior. One of the most compelling examples of the shadow self in action is the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, written by Robert Louis Stevenson. This classic tale of a man who unleashes his darker half, only to find himself consumed by it, is a powerful illustration of the dangers of repressing our shadow self. As Dr. Peterson notes, the shadow self is the part of us that we've tried to keep hidden, even from our own conscious awareness. It's the repository of our darkest impulses, our most primitive and instinctual desires. By acknowledging and accepting our shadow self, we can reduce the power it holds over us and become more authentic individuals. This process of integration is not easy, but it is essential for personal growth and transformation. As Carl Jung himself wrote, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. The latter procedure, however, is disagreeable, and therefore not very popular. So, how does the concept of the shadow self apply to our lives today? In a world where social media and societal norms often encourage us to present a perfect facade, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that we need to be flawless and superior. However, this pressure to conform can lead to the suppression of our true selves, causing us to become disconnected from our own desires, needs, and emotions. By acknowledging and accepting our shadow self, we can break free from the constraints of societal expectations and become more authentic individuals. As Dr. Peterson notes, the shadow self is not just a repository of our darkest impulses, but also a source of creativity, intuition, and inspiration. By tapping into this deep well of potential, we can unlock our full creative potential and become more whole and balanced individuals. This is not to say that we should indulge our darker impulses or give in to our baser desires. Rather, we should strive to integrate our shadow self, acknowledging and accepting its presence, while also cultivating self-awareness, discipline, and responsibility. So, how can we begin to integrate our shadow self and become more whole and balanced individuals? The first step is to acknowledge and accept our darker impulses, rather than trying to suppress or deny them. This requires a willingness to confront our own flaws and weaknesses, and to take responsibility for our actions. As Dr. Peterson notes, the process of integration is not about becoming perfect, but about becoming more authentic. By acknowledging and accepting our shadow self, we can reduce the power it holds over us and become more self-aware, disciplined, and responsible individuals. This is a lifelong journey, one that requires patience, courage, and dedication. However, the rewards are well worth the effort, as we become more whole, balanced, and authentic individuals, capable of living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. As Carl Jung wrote, the integration of the shadow self is a process of becoming whole, and it is a journey that requires us to confront our own darkness, and to emerge transformed and renewed. In conclusion, the concept of the shadow self is a powerful tool for personal growth and transformation. By acknowledging and integrating our darker impulses, we can become more whole and balanced individuals, reducing the power of our shadow self and increasing our sense of self-awareness and personal growth. As Dr. Peterson notes, the shadow self is not something to be feared or suppressed, but something to be acknowledged and accepted. By embracing our shadow self, we can unlock our full creative potential, cultivate self-awareness and discipline, and become more authentic individuals. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the depths of the human psyche. If you want to learn more about the shadow self and how to integrate it into your life, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. We'll see you in the next video.